Great leaders are forged in the crucible of adversity, said Winston Churchill, a contemporary of Franklin D. Roosevelt, capturing the essence of FDR's indomitable spirit. Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II with unparalleled courage and vision. Overcoming personal trials, including polio, he redefined leadership with his New Deal policies and fireside chats, inspiring millions. Join us as we explore 10 of his most powerful quotes, words that continue to ignite hope and resilience. Quote 1. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. This iconic statement, delivered by Franklin D. Roosevelt during his first inaugural address in 1933, stands as one of the most enduring declarations in modern history. Spoken at the height of the Great Depression, when despair gripped the United States, its importance lies in its ability to galvanize a nation paralyzed by uncertainty. Roosevelt's words cut through the fog of economic collapse, urging people to rise above their anxieties and act with courage. This quote is not just a historical artifact, it is a timeless call to confront the invisible chains that hold us back, resonating with anyone facing personal or collective challenges. The meaning of Roosevelt's quote is both simple and profound. Fear, more than any external obstacle, is the greatest barrier to progress. At the time, America faced staggering unemployment, bank failures, and widespread poverty. Yet, Roosevelt recognized that the true enemy was not just these tangible crises, but the paralyzing dread they inspired. Fear can distort reality, making problems seem insurmountable and sapping the will to act. By naming fear itself as the adversary, Roosevelt shifted the focus from external circumstances to an internal battle. He suggested that courage is not the absence of fear but the decision to move forward despite it. This perspective empowered millions to rebuild their lives, trust in recovery efforts like the New Deal, and face an uncertain future with resolve. The quote encapsulates a universal truth: fear is a self-imposed prison, and breaking free requires acknowledging its power and choosing action over inaction. In practical terms, this lesson applies to countless facets of life. You may face moments when fear of failure, rejection, or the unknown threatens to hold you back. Perhaps you hesitate to pursue a dream job because you doubt your qualifications, or you avoid difficult conversations out of fear of conflict. Roosevelt's words remind you that these fears are often more daunting than the challenges themselves. To apply this in your life, start by identifying what scares you most. Is it starting a new venture? Speaking up in a meeting? Taking a risk on a relationship? Once you name the fear, take one small, deliberate step forward. For example, if you fear public speaking, commit to sharing an idea in a small group first. Each action chips away at fear's grip, building confidence and momentum. Roosevelt's era showed that collective action, driven by courage, could lift a nation from despair. Similarly, your individual acts of bravery, however small, can transform your life. When you refuse to let fear dictate your choices, you unlock possibilities you never imagined. Let this quote inspire you to face your fears head-on, knowing that the only thing truly stopping you is the fear itself. Embrace the challenge, and like Roosevelt's America, you'll find strength to forge a brighter path forward. Quote 2. Happiness lies in the joy of achievement and the thrill of creative effort. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during a time of national struggle, capture a profound truth about the human spirit. This quote is significant because it redefines happiness, not as a passive state or a fleeting moment, but as an active pursuit rooted in accomplishment and creativity. Delivered during the Great Depression, when hope was scarce, Roosevelt's message inspired people to find purpose through action, offering a beacon of light in dark times. Its timeless relevance lies in its call to seek fulfillment through effort and innovation, a message that resonates across generations. The essence of this quote lies in its celebration of the process over the outcome. Roosevelt suggests that true happiness is not found in material wealth or external validation, but in the exhilaration of striving toward a goal and expressing one's creativity. The joy of achievement speaks to the satisfaction of overcoming challenges, whether it's completing a project, mastering a skill, or solving a complex problem. It's the feeling of triumph when you cross the finish line after months of hard work. Meanwhile, the thrill of creative effort highlights the excitement of bringing something new into existence, be it a piece of art, an innovative idea, or a unique solution. During Roosevelt's era, this mindset fueled initiatives like the New Deal, where bold ideas and collective effort rebuilt a nation. The quote reminds us that happiness is dynamic, born from the act of creating and achieving, not from waiting for life to deliver it. It challenges the notion that happiness is a destination, instead framing it as a journey fueled by purpose and imagination. For you, this quote offers a powerful blueprint for living a fulfilling life. Happiness can feel elusive, especially when society equates it with wealth or status. Roosevelt's words encourage you to find joy in the work itself. Start by identifying what sparks your passion, perhaps writing, building, teaching, or problem solving. Set a meaningful goal, no matter how small, and pursue it with intention. For instance, if you've always wanted to learn a musical instrument, embrace the challenge of practice, celebrating each note you master. The thrill comes not just from playing a song perfectly, but from the creative effort of learning, experimenting, and growing. Similarly, at work, take on a project that stretches your abilities, finding excitement in brainstorming new approaches. Even setbacks can be part of the joy, as they teach resilience and spark new ideas. Roosevelt's own life, marked by overcoming polio to lead a nation, exemplifies this. You don't need grand achievements. The smallest acts of creation, a home-cooked meal, a thoughtful letter, a new hobby, can ignite that thrill. By focusing on the process and embracing challenges, you cultivate a happiness that is sustainable and deeply personal. Let Roosevelt's wisdom inspire you to chase the joy of doing, creating, and achieving, transforming every effort into a source of lasting fulfillment. /X Artifact. Quote 3. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot in it and hang on. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during an era of unprecedented hardship, resonate as a powerful testament to resilience. This quote is vital because it encapsulates the unyielding spirit needed to face life's darkest moments, offering hope when all seems lost. Delivered during the Great Depression, it inspired a nation grappling with economic despair to hold fast and persevere. Its enduring relevance lies in its universal call to find strength within, making it a beacon for anyone confronting personal or collective challenges. The meaning of this quote is both vivid and empowering, painting a picture of determination in the face of desperation. 2. Reach the end of your rope. Symbolizes hitting rock bottom, those moments when you feel you've exhausted all options, whether due to financial ruin, personal loss, or overwhelming obstacles. Roosevelt, who himself battled polio and led a nation through crisis, understood this feeling intimately. Yet his advice to tie a knot and hang on is a call to action, urging you to create your own anchor of resilience. Tying a knot suggests resourcefulness, using whatever strength or tools you have left to steady yourself. Hanging on is not passive endurance but an active choice to refuse defeat, to cling to hope even when the path forward is unclear. In Roosevelt's time, this mindset drove Americans to rebuild their lives, support bold reforms like the New Deal, and face global threats with courage. The quote reminds us that resilience is not about avoiding hardship but about finding the will to persist, transforming despair into a foundation for recovery. In your life, this quote offers a practical guide for navigating moments of crisis. When you feel overwhelmed, perhaps by a failing career, a broken relationship, or a personal setback, Roosevelt's words encourage you to pause and take stock. Tying a knot could mean seeking support from a friend, revisiting your core values, or setting a small, achievable goal to regain momentum. For example, if you're facing job loss, tie a knot by updating your skills through an online course or reaching out to your network for opportunities. If personal grief feels insurmountable, hang on by finding one thing each day that brings you purpose, like journaling or helping someone else. Roosevelt's own perseverance through physical disability shows that even the smallest acts of resolve can lead to extraordinary outcomes. You don't need to see the entire path ahead. Just hold on long enough to take the next step. This quote teaches you to trust your inner strength, to see every dead end as a chance to create a new beginning. By tying that knot through action, hope, or sheer grit, you can weather any storm. Let Roosevelt's wisdom inspire you to hold fast, knowing that resilience is the knot that keeps you anchored until the tide turns. /X Artifact. Quote 4. We cannot always build the future for our youth, but we can build our youth for the future. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, delivered during a time of economic turmoil and global uncertainty, carry a profound message about empowerment and preparation. This quote is significant because it shifts the focus from trying to control an unpredictable future to equipping the next generation with the tools to shape it. Spoken during the Great Depression, when hope for a stable future was scarce, Roosevelt's insight inspired a nation to invest in its youth, fostering resilience and capability. Its enduring relevance lies in its call to prioritize education, character, and adaptability, offering a timeless blueprint for nurturing potential in any era. The meaning of this quote lies in its recognition of life's unpredictability and the power of preparation. Roosevelt understood that no one can fully dictate what the future holds. Economic crises, wars, or societal shifts can upend even the best-laid plans. The phrase, "We cannot always build the future for our youth," acknowledges this reality, admitting that external circumstances are often beyond control. However, the second part, "We can build our youth for the future," is a rallying cry for proactive investment in people. To build youth means to equip them with knowledge, values, and skills to navigate any challenge. During Roosevelt's presidency, this philosophy underpinned initiatives like the Civilian Conservation Corps, which gave young people jobs, purpose, and skills during the Depression. It also reflected his broader vision of leadership, seen in his own life, as he overcame polio to guide a nation through crisis. The quote emphasizes that true empowerment comes from fostering inner strength and adaptability, not from trying to shield others from an uncertain world. It's a reminder that the greatest gift to the next generation is not a preordained path, but the ability to forge their own. For you, this quote offers a powerful framework for personal growth and supporting others. Whether you're a parent, teacher, mentor, or simply shaping your own future, it encourages you to focus on building resilience and capability. You can't predict what challenges lie ahead, be it a career shift, a personal loss, or a global crisis. But you can prepare yourself and others to face them. Start by investing in learning. If you're young, commit to developing skills that foster adaptability, like critical thinking or problem solving, through courses, reading, or real-world experiences. If you're guiding others, prioritize teaching them how to think, not what to think. Encourage curiosity and resilience over rote answers. For example, if you're mentoring someone, help them tackle a tough project to build confidence, rather than solving it for them. Or if you're facing a career transition, build your own future-ready self by learning a new skill, like coding or public speaking, to stay versatile. Roosevelt's era showed that youth equipped with purpose and skills could rebuild a nation. Today, this means you can empower yourself or others to thrive in uncertainty. Share stories of overcoming obstacles, model perseverance, and create opportunities for growth. By focusing on building character and competence, you ensure that no matter what the future holds, you or those you influence will be ready to shape it with courage and creativity. Let Roosevelt's wisdom inspire you to invest in potential, knowing that a strong foundation today builds a limitless tomorrow. /X Artifact. Quote 5. The test of our progress is not whether we add more to the abundance of those who have much, it is whether we provide enough for those who have too little. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, delivered during the heart of the Great Depression, resonate as a powerful call for compassion and equity. This quote is profoundly significant because it challenges society to redefine progress, shifting the focus from enriching the privileged to uplifting the marginalized. Spoken in 1941, amid economic recovery efforts, it encapsulated Roosevelt's vision for a fairer world, embodied in policies like the New Deal. Its enduring relevance lies in its universal appeal, urging individuals and communities to prioritize those in need, making it a timeless measure of humanity's moral and social advancement. The meaning of this quote lies in its redefinition of what true progress entails. Roosevelt argues that a society's success is not measured by accumulating more wealth for those already prosperous, but by ensuring that those struggling have enough to live with dignity. In the 1930s, America faced staggering inequality, with millions unemployed and destitute, while a few thrived. Roosevelt, who overcame personal adversity with polio, understood that a nation's strength lies in its ability to support its weakest members. The phrase, "those who have much," points to the elite, whose abundance often overshadows the plight of those who have too little, the poor, the disenfranchised, the overlooked. By framing progress as providing enough for the latter, Roosevelt emphasizes basic human needs: food, shelter, opportunity. This perspective fueled initiatives like Social Security and public works programs, which aimed to level the playing field. The quote is a moral compass, reminding us that true advancement is collective, measured not by the height of society's peaks but by the depth of its commitment to lifting everyone up. It challenges us to look beyond superficial metrics like GDP and focus on fairness, empathy, and shared prosperity. For you, this quote offers a transformative lens for living with purpose and impact. In your daily life, progress isn't just about personal achievements, landing a promotion, buying a bigger house, but about how you contribute to the well-being of others. You can embody this principle by taking small, meaningful actions. For instance, if you have skills or resources, share them with someone in need, mentor a struggling student, volunteer at a local shelter, or donate to a cause that supports the underprivileged. At work, advocate for fair policies, like ensuring equal opportunities for colleagues from diverse backgrounds. If you're in a position of influence, prioritize initiatives that address inequality, such as supporting community programs or fair wages. Even in personal interactions, practice empathy. Listen to someone who feels unheard or offer help to a neighbor facing hardship. Roosevelt's own leadership showed that systemic change starts with individual commitment. His policies began with a vision of collective care. You don't need to solve world hunger. Start where you are. For example, if you notice a coworker struggling financially, discreetly share resources or connect them with support networks. This quote teaches you to measure your success by the impact you have on those with less. By focusing on providing enough, whether it's time, kindness, or resources, you create ripples of change. Let Roosevelt's wisdom inspire you to redefine progress in your life, making compassion and equity the true tests of your legacy. /X artifact. Quote 6. A nation that destroys its soils destroys itself. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during the 1930s, carry a prescient warning about the vital connection between humanity and the earth. This quote is profoundly important because it underscores the critical role of environmental stewardship in a society's survival, a message that resonates even more urgently today. Delivered during the Dust Bowl era, when poor farming practices devastated America's heartland, Roosevelt's insight drove policies like the Soil Conservation Service, which aimed to restore the land. Its enduring relevance lies in its call to protect natural resources, reminding us that our fate is intertwined with the health of our planet. The meaning of this quote is both literal and metaphorical, highlighting the foundational role of soil in sustaining life and civilization. In Roosevelt's time, the Dust Bowl saw vast swathes of farmland turn to dust due to overfarming and neglect, leading to crop failures, economic ruin, and mass displacement. By stating that a nation destroys itself when it destroys its soils, Roosevelt emphasizes that soil is not just dirt but the bedrock of food security, economic stability, and cultural survival. Without fertile land, a nation cannot feed its people, sustain its economy, or maintain its way of life. Roosevelt, who led through the Great Depression and understood systemic crises, saw this as a call to action. His administration's conservation efforts, like reforestation and sustainable farming, reflected a broader vision. Protecting the environment is an act of self-preservation. The quote extends beyond agriculture, serving as a metaphor for nurturing any foundation, be it community, health, or values. Just as soil erodes without care, so too can a society crumble when it neglects what sustains it. This message challenges us to think long-term, recognizing that environmental neglect is a slow-burning path to self-destruction. For you, this quote offers a powerful lesson in responsibility and foresight. In today's world, where climate change, deforestation, and pollution threaten ecosystems, Roosevelt's words urge you to act as a steward of the planet. You don't need to be a policymaker to make a difference. Small, intentional choices can protect the soil of your life and community. Start by reducing waste. Use reusable bags, recycle diligently, or compost food scraps to enrich the earth. If you have a garden, adopt sustainable practices like crop rotation or avoiding chemical pesticides, mirroring Roosevelt's call for soil conservation. Beyond the literal, consider the soils of your life. What sustains you? Your health, relationships, or community are foundations that require care. For example, if you're overworked, neglecting your well-being erodes your personal soil. Prioritize rest and balance to stay strong. In your community, support local environmental initiatives, like cleanup drives or tree planting events, to nurture the collective foundation. Roosevelt's era showed that collective action could heal a nation's land. Today, your actions can contribute to a healthier planet. Educate yourself on sustainable practices, advocate for policies that protect natural resources, or share knowledge with others to inspire change. By tending to the literal and metaphorical soils in your life, you ensure a thriving future for yourself and others. Let Roosevelt's wisdom inspire you to act with care, knowing that preserving what sustains us is the key to enduring prosperity. /X artifact. Quote 7. It is common sense to take a method and try it. If it fails, admit it frankly and try another. But above all, try something. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during the Great Depression, embody a bold call to action and resilience in the face of uncertainty. This quote is profoundly significant because it champions experimentation and adaptability, urging people to overcome paralysis and take initiative. Delivered when America was grappling with economic collapse, it inspired innovative policies like the New Deal, encouraging a nation to act rather than despair. Its timeless relevance lies in its universal encouragement to embrace trial and error, making it a powerful motivator for anyone facing challenges today. The meaning of this quote lies in its celebration of action over inaction and its pragmatic approach to problem solving. Roosevelt, who led through one of America's darkest periods and personally overcame polio, understood that waiting for a perfect solution often leads to stagnation. The phrase, "Take a method and try it," reflects a willingness to experiment, to test ideas without fear of failure. The instruction to admit it frankly, if the method fails, highlights the importance of honesty and learning from mistakes, rather than clinging to pride or denial. By urging to try another, Roosevelt emphasizes persistence, suggesting that failure is not the end but a step towards success. The final charge, above all, try something, is a rallying cry against passivity, insisting that any action is better than none. During his presidency, this mindset drove bold experiments. Some succeeded, like Social Security, while others were adjusted or abandoned. The quote underscores a universal truth: progress comes from courage to act, humility to learn, and resilience to keep moving forward. It's a reminder that inaction is the true enemy, and even imperfect efforts can spark change. For you, this quote is a powerful guide to navigating life's uncertainties with confidence and adaptability. Whether you're facing a career dilemma, a personal challenge, or a creative block, Roosevelt's words encourage you to take the first step, however small. You don't need a flawless plan, just start. For example, if you're launching a new project, test a simple idea, like a prototype or a small campaign. If it doesn't work, don't hide the failure. Analyze it, learn what went wrong, and pivot to a new approach. Perhaps you're hesitant to switch careers because you fear the unknown. Try something small, like taking an online course or shadowing someone in the field. Roosevelt's era showed that bold action, even with setbacks, could rebuild a nation. Your small steps can reshape your life. Embrace failure as a teacher. If a job application is rejected, refine your approach and apply again. The key is to keep moving forward, refusing to let fear or perfectionism hold you back. In your community, this might mean advocating for a new initiative. Start with a pilot program, assess its impact, and adjust as needed. By acting, reflecting, and trying again, you build momentum and resilience. Roosevelt's wisdom inspires you to see every attempt as progress, every failure as a lesson, and every action as a step toward success. Let this quote ignite your courage to try something today, knowing that the act of trying is the spark that fuels transformation. /X Artifact. Quote 8. Men are not prisoners of fate, but only prisoners of their own minds. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during a time of immense national and personal trial, offer a powerful reminder of the human capacity to shape one's destiny. This quote is profoundly significant because it challenges the notion that external circumstances dictate our lives, instead emphasizing the power of mindset. Delivered during the Great Depression, when despair threatened to define a generation, Roosevelt's message inspired resilience and self-determination. Its enduring relevance lies in its universal call to break free from self-imposed limitations, making it a beacon for anyone feeling trapped by life's challenges. The meaning of this quote centers on the idea that the greatest obstacles we face are often internal, not external. Roosevelt, who overcame polio to lead a nation through economic collapse and war, understood that fate, circumstances like poverty, illness, or societal barriers, does not have the final say. Instead, the true prison lies in our minds, in fear, doubt, or the belief that we are powerless. To be a prisoner of your own mind is to let negative thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, or resignation confine your potential. Roosevelt's leadership, marked by bold initiatives like the New Deal and fireside chats, embodied this philosophy. He rallied Americans to reject despair and take control of their future, proving that mindset shapes outcomes. The quote suggests that while we cannot always control external events, we can control how we respond. By reframing challenges as opportunities and refusing to accept defeat, we unlock the freedom to create our own path. It's a call to take responsibility for our thoughts, recognizing that they, not fate, determine our trajectory. For you, this quote is a transformative invitation to reclaim power over your life. When you feel stuck, whether by a dead-end job, a personal setback, or societal pressures, Roosevelt's words remind you that the real barrier is often your own perspective. Start by identifying the mental prisons holding you back. Do you tell yourself you're not good enough for a dream career? Or that past failures define your future? Challenge these thoughts. For example, if you're hesitant to pursue a new goal, like starting a business, replace "I might fail" with "I'll learn and grow." Take a small step, research your idea, network with others, or create a plan. Roosevelt's own struggle with disability showed that a determined mind can defy seemingly insurmountable odds. In your daily life, practice reframing setbacks. If a project fails, view it as a chance to improve, not a verdict on your worth. Surround yourself with positive influences, mentors, books, or communities that reinforce your ability to shape your future. Even in tough times, like financial strain, focus on what you can control: budgeting, upskilling, or seeking support. This mindset shift empowers you to act, rather than feel like a victim of circumstance. Roosevelt's era proved that a nation could rise from despair by believing in possibility. You can do the same in your life. Break free from self-doubt, embrace your agency, and let every choice reflect your power to shape your destiny. Let Roosevelt's wisdom inspire you to see that the only true prison is the one you build in your mind, and you hold the key to your freedom. /X Artifact. Quote 9. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during an era of profound uncertainty, shine as a beacon of hope and empowerment. This quote is immensely significant because it identifies doubt as the primary barrier to progress, urging people to believe in their potential to shape a better future. Delivered during the Great Depression, when fear and skepticism gripped the nation, Roosevelt's message inspired Americans to trust in recovery efforts like the New Deal and envision a brighter tomorrow. Its timeless relevance lies in its universal challenge to overcome self-doubt, making it a powerful motivator for anyone striving to achieve their dreams today. The essence of this quote lies in its assertion that our future is not constrained by external circumstances, but by the doubts we harbor in the present. Roosevelt, who navigated personal adversity with polio and led a nation through economic collapse and war, understood that doubt, whether in oneself, others, or possibilities, can paralyze action and stifle progress. The realization of tomorrow refers to the dreams, goals, and visions we hold for the future, from personal aspirations to collective advancements. By identifying doubts of today as the sole limit, Roosevelt emphasizes that these internal barriers, fear of failure, lack of confidence, or skepticism about what's possible, are the true obstacles. In his time, doubt could have derailed recovery efforts, but Roosevelt's leadership, marked by bold experimentation and unwavering optimism, showed that belief in possibility could transform a nation. The quote is a call to trust in your ability to shape the future, reminding you that doubts are not facts but fleeting thoughts that can be overcome with courage and action. It underscores the power of mindset in turning visions into reality, urging us to replace hesitation with determination. For you, this quote is a clarion call to break free from the shackles of self-doubt and embrace your potential. In your life, doubts often creep in when you face big decisions or bold dreams. Perhaps you question whether you're capable of starting a new career, pursuing a passion, or overcoming a personal challenge. Roosevelt's words encourage you to recognize these doubts as the only true limits. To apply this, start by naming your doubts. Are you hesitant to apply for a promotion because you doubt your skills? Or reluctant to try a new hobby because you fear looking foolish? Challenge these thoughts by taking one concrete step forward. For example, if you dream of writing a book but doubt your talent, commit to writing 1 page a day. Each small action builds confidence and diminishes doubt. Roosevelt's era showed that a nation could rise from despair by believing in a better future. You can do the same by trusting in your vision. Surround yourself with positive influences, mentors, supportive friends, or inspiring stories that reinforce your belief in what's possible. If you face setbacks, like a rejected proposal or a failed project, don't let doubt define the outcome. Instead, see it as a chance to refine your approach. In your community, inspire others by sharing your journey of overcoming doubt, whether it's volunteering for a cause or tackling a new challenge. By acting despite uncertainty, you prove that tomorrow's possibilities are boundless. Let Roosevelt's wisdom ignite your courage to push past today's doubts, knowing that your belief in yourself is the key to unlocking a limitless future. /X artifact. Quote 10. To reach a port, we must sail. Sail, not tie at anchor. Sail, not drift. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words, spoken during a time of national crisis, resonate as a powerful call to purposeful action. This quote is profoundly significant because it urges us to take control of our destiny, rejecting passivity and aimlessness. Delivered during the Great Depression, when fear and uncertainty could have paralyzed a nation, Roosevelt's metaphor inspired Americans to move forward with determination, as seen in bold initiatives like the New Deal. Its timeless relevance lies in its universal challenge to pursue goals actively, making it a rallying cry for anyone seeking to achieve their dreams. The meaning of this quote is vivid and compelling, using the imagery of a ship to convey the importance of intentional effort. The port symbolizes any goal or destination, personal aspirations, career milestones, or societal progress. Roosevelt's insistence that we must sail emphasizes active, deliberate action toward that goal. The phrase, not tie at anchor, warns against staying stagnant, clinging to safety or comfort out of fear. Similarly, not drift, cautions against passivity, letting life's currents carry you without direction. Roosevelt, who overcame polio and led a nation through economic despair and war, embodied this philosophy. His leadership showed that progress requires steering the ship, making tough choices, taking risks, and staying focused. In the 1930s, tying at anchor might have meant clinging to outdated economic policies. Drifting might have meant succumbing to despair. Instead, Roosevelt's proactive approach, through innovative reforms and inspiring fireside chats, charted a course to recovery. The quote reminds us that reaching any meaningful destination demands effort, courage, and a clear sense of direction, urging us to reject both inaction and aimlessness in favor of purposeful pursuit. For you, this quote is a powerful guide to living with intention and courage. Life often presents tempting reasons to stay anchored: fear of failure, comfort in routine, or doubt about your abilities. Similarly, it's easy to drift, letting circumstances or indecision dictate your path. Roosevelt's words challenge you to sail toward your goals with purpose. Identify your port, perhaps a new career, a healthier lifestyle, or a creative project. Then, take deliberate steps to move forward. For example, if you aspire to start a business, don't wait for the perfect moment, staying anchored. Instead, sail by researching your market or drafting a plan. If you're drifting in a job that feels unfulfilling, steer toward change by updating your skills or exploring new opportunities. Roosevelt's era proved that a nation could navigate crises by acting decisively. You can navigate your challenges the same way. Avoid drifting by setting clear goals, write them down, break them into steps, and track your progress. If you face setbacks, like a rejected application or a failed attempt, don't drop anchor in discouragement. Adjust your course and keep sailing. In your community, inspire others by modeling action, volunteer for a cause, share your journey, or mentor someone drifting in uncertainty. Small, consistent efforts, like daily learning or networking, keep you moving toward your port. Roosevelt's wisdom urges you to take the helm of your life, rejecting the safety of the harbor and the aimlessness of the open sea. Let this quote inspire you to sail boldly, knowing that every intentional step brings you closer to your destination. /X Artifact. Franklin D. Roosevelt's words resonate as powerfully today as they did decades ago, offering timeless wisdom for navigating life's challenges. His quotes remind us to confront fear, embrace action, and build a better future with determination and compassion. From inspiring a nation through economic hardship to rallying the world against tyranny, FDR's legacy endures in these words that stir the soul. Let his courage and vision inspire you to face your own trials, to act boldly, and to create a legacy of hope and progress. Keep sailing forward, and let these words light your path.